Hey guys, KEnODvT here with a 1v1 between a Zerg and a Protoss on Scrap Station. The Zerg is called Wide Hydro and the Protoss is called Nickbot. This replay was provided to me by a direct message from YouTube, and I watched the replay just now, and I can tell you guys are in for a treat because it is a good replay. It has a few problems on the Zerg play and a few problems on the Protoss play, which I will point out when we get to them, and will hopefully allow you guys to avoid similar such problems in the future in your 1v1 games. It's a fairly standard opening, neither of them cheese, so I'll speed it up a bit. The Zerg goes for a exacta trick, that extractor trick, which I find really interesting because I've had several people tell me, oh no, it doesn't work, and I've been playing Zerg a lot recently and I do it. So I'm a bit curious as to your guys' thoughts on whether the extractor trick is worth it or not. I'm still a bit on the fence. Both scouting at a fairly regular time. I'm not a real fan of the amount of people who've been scouting really late recently. I don't know why it happens, it just does. I really like that playing against a Zerg, he took in a mental note to check the expansion, because an early expand Zerg can be really hard to deal with if you don't shut it down. So they're both scouting, they've both got fairly good information. He knows that he hasn't gone for an expansion yet. There's no pull going down, that he knows it's just gone down, so he knows it's an economic build, while on the Zerg side of it, he's seen diddly squat. Sorry. Now he knows the pull's gone down, and now he's going for some good old worker harass, which I was working on myself this week in my 2s, and I was actually able to take out 3 workers with one of my drones, because every time it got injured I turned it into an extractor, then cancelled it, brought it back and dealt some more damage. It was quite fun actually. A bit micro heavy, and I did slip a bit. I had a big pile of minerals at the end of it, but it was well worth it, and I got a lol out of it from my competitor. Now he has, instead of going for the natural, is he going to go for the natural as well? He's gone straight for the gold. Which is a good tactic. I'm not the biggest fan of it because, no, he's just checking for cheese or epoxy panel or something. I'm not the biggest fan of it because it leaves him very, to put it bluntly, unable to protect that base if it's discovered. It is an even distance between the two main bases, but I don't know, you never know. But I'm just not a big fan of taking the whole hidden expansion thing, because you do leave yourself very open to an attack, whereas with this natural, that's a very defendable choke right there, and even if those rocks are taken down, that's still a very defendable gap. Now, this map is rather interesting. I feel it favours Protoss on the defensive side, because you've got all these chokes where a Protoss ball can't get surrounded by the bigger Zerg ball, but you've still got this big nice open area which with the Zerg can use to get a nice surround, or if you got a Protoss army trapped in here, it could come from behind and in front, which with this second base wouldn't be a bad idea. He has also placed overlords here and here, so he has sight over when the Protoss expands, and I don't know, maybe he'll call in a Hydras canal here. I have been feeling the love, to put it bluntly, for the Hydras canal recently. I played a game which I'll be commenting on later today where I used about 11 Hydras canals, and I locked down the entire map, because basically if they tried to take an expansion, I knew about it, I popped out my army there, killed it, popped my army back in, maybe lost 1 unit, if there was an army there, and in and out, quick as you like, nothing happened, nothing disadvantaged me. Now, we do see the Roach going down as layer tech, which probably suggests either Muta or Hydra, although he hasn't gone heavy enough gas for a Muta build, because mutas are insanely expensive in the gas department. This proxy pylon placement, while good, is a little forward for my liking. I would have actually preferred it in the gas here, but each to their own, and I'm not exactly a pro player, and this is a platinum level game and I'm a gold player, so I don't know, maybe there's something different up there, because my twos partner Talene, which I'll be commenting on a game later today, we've been pushing up from gold into platinum, and we started all the way down in bronze, so we've been playing together for a while now, and we find every time we move up that we have to adapt a new mindset into our strategy. When we went from bronze to silver, silver to gold, and now we're in high gold versus platinum level players, we have to do yet another strategy, because our bronze level strategy doesn't work in platinum. So just something to bear in mind, that your strategy won't always work. Going for some void ray pressure, and he does get it fully charged on the extractor before he attacks the queen, which is always a good idea, because the fully charged void deals, to put it bluntly, a ridiculous amount of damage. Now he has popped 3 Hydras, so this void is a moot point. He may be able to snipe this one Hydra, but it probably would have been better played to cut your losses and run away. Those who run away get to fight another day, I guess you could put it. Going for an in-base hatch for the extra minerals, extra lava. Again, something I'm not exactly too keen on. Personally, I would have just preferred he take it down there. He doesn't even have to saturate it, but then when, say, he mines out the gold, which won't be too far away because you mine these things out in about 5 minutes, he could just transfer the workers over, and he's already got an expansion up. Yeah, this push is going to be a moot point. Not really good on the Protoss that he hasn't actually engaged yet. There he goes. That was a bit lax of him. He probably lost one more Zealot and some more health than he needed to, but I'm not exactly sure why the Zerg didn't push out with everything. I mean, in Starcraft 2 you do quite often want to be attacking on 2 fronts, so I don't know, go around but attack here while a smaller force attacks there. I think that'd be a really good that's a really good thing to do. If you can maintain 2 attacks at once, you keep your enemy on your toes, and generally you'll find yourself winning. But he just left Hydras here, and if you're just going for 1 attack and leaving the other half of your army behind, I'm not exactly sure where the benefits lie in leaving half your army behind, because he killed 1 Zealot and lost quite a lot. If we go to the units lost tab, we can see that Zerg is quite a lot in front, given that he lost all those lings, which counts for those 16 unit loss. Sorry, my Fraps is running at 1 frame per second currently. There we go. Now you can notice that there is a severe amount of worker difference, 46 to 33, but they have an equal amount of income. That is due to the gold. Now gold minerals, I believe, mine just as fast, but return 4 minerals to 7 each trip. I'm not 100% sure on this, but it is something I did look into a while back. So they mine just as fast, but you return 7 per trip. There is the debate of you've got 6 mineral patches versus 8, but then again you get about the same, if not more, income from those 6 than they would get 8, and it requires less workers, so then again you're at an advantage anyway. So we're going to see the first biggish confrontation, and I have a bit of a qualm with Hydras. I mean, just Hydras versus Roach. To be honest, I don't actually believe the Hydras are a good choice. So I would have preferred if he got, say, rid of half those Hydras and replace them with Roaches, because for 100 minerals and 50 gas you get about the same damage as a Roach, but you don't get armor, and you don't get as much HP as the Roach has. Now, I'm not actually sure which moves slower, a Roach at 3. Okay, so without the upgrade, Roaches move slower, but with the upgrade, they move faster. Goodish force field placement. He did lock out one of the units and made running away pretty much impossible, which is always a good idea, but you can't really run away with Hydras. They're just a little too slow. They're pretty much